Hi everyone, and welcome to High Value Couponers. Today we are back with some more coupon chat. Today's topic is what I wish I knew when becoming an extreme couponer. This was recommended by Kaylee Parent. She wanted to hear about beginner coupon mistakes, and that is exactly what we're going to do. So yeah, when you become an extreme couponer, I feel like it's very easy as a newbie to start making. I think you can definitely make a lot of mistakes, and you can definitely mess it up, and you will end up getting so discouraged that you won't have any desire to coupon anymore. And we want to make sure that doesn't happen. So here's the first thing, because I've been couponing now for 5 years. As you can see, I'm only 18, so I was like 13 when I started, which is that was an odd hobby for a 13-year-old boy to do, but you know what? I did it and I own it. So yeah, number one thing that I did was I made myself feel like I had to get every deal at every store. Yeah, that was like a huge mistake. If you have the time to go all over the place, you can do it, I suppose. I feel like it's going to result in a lot of burnout. Like, seriously. I really feel like it would. I'm going to just give you a rundown of what a typical couponing week looked like for me. My cousin and I would go out couponing on Fridays back when she was an extreme couponer. We would literally make the whole entire day about couponing. Usually it involved with us going to Kroger, to Walmart, on a good Super Doubles week, we go to 2 Kmart stores. We used to have 2. If any of you even have Kmart anymore, let me know. Or if you don't, let me know in the comments, because Kmart is pretty much gone everywhere, but there's a few left somewhere, I guess. But anyways, we go to 2 Kmarts. CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, Family Dollar. I don't know why we went there so much. We went to Family Dollar a lot. Multiple Family Dollars, because we had 5 of them here. We would go to Dollar General, to everywhere. Respect's grocery store. We would go in another local grocery store too. We'd even throw Aldi in there to get the non-coupon stuff. We ran everywhere. I mean everywhere in this town. Every week, pretty much. If Kmart was dead one week, we wouldn't go there, or if maybe Walgreens was dead, but we hit up most of those stores on a weekly basis. Yes, we did build a humongous stockpile, and I still have a humongous stockpile that I'm still living off of. But our time kind of made it hard to do that, and nor did I need to do that. When you start couponing, and I've seen the hauls I've done this week, I don't need to go to 3 drugstores. I do not need to go there and get even more stuff. I just don't need to, because I have mastered 2 stores that I really feel like I pull in tons of stuff from. And there are phases in my life where I need to do a drugstore, but you have to be willing to adjust your couponing game, and that goes along with this. You have to be willing to adjust. In life, nothing stays the same very long, so you've got to be willing to adjust a little bit. For instance, I right now don't need to go to the drugstore. However, there was a point last year where I did need to go back to the drugstore. I was low on stuff, so I started back at a drugstore at Rite Aid. I did CVS in December. I alternated because Rite Aid kind of was blah for a while, so I did CVS. Now, I don't need to do any drugstores. I have so much stuff back from that little period of drugstore couponing I did. I don't need to go back to the drugstores right now. But when I start running low again, I will go back to the drugstores. So it's kind of something you need to do. You need to evaluate your couponing and understand what stores you have mastered. I have mastered Walmart and Kroger doing rebates. Some of you can't stand doing rebates on your phones. Some of you don't understand how to work the bonuses to make it all free. At this point, that is what I'm good at. You tell me right now to go into CVS, I was constantly messing things up and paying way too much. I was picking up the wrong products. CRTs weren't working. I didn't know the ins and outs of it like I do with Walmart and Kroger and the rebate thing. So I focused on what works for me. That might not work for you. It's all about trial and error. There was a point where the rebates, I wasn't working them effectively. I wasn't really getting the best deals. I was just, I'm going to do this rebate, and there we go. I wasn't paying attention to bonuses, and that is so important. So you have to learn what works for you. Maybe you're better at CVS. Maybe you are the CVS expert and you're not good at rebates. You have to pick what works for you. So if you're a newbie right now and you're watching, here's my tip. Since you're new and you're going to build a stockpile, obviously, check out all of us on YouTube. There are so many great YouTubers out there. I'd recommend you watch me for Kroger, because I don't really think anyone else does Kroger like me or anything with the matchups every week. Pick a superstore as well to do the rebates. So Kroger for your groceries. I would pick a superstore as well, like Walmart or Target, because those are both some really great stores. You don't have to do the superstore, but I feel like Walmart gives us a really good case because so many rebates are Walmart exclusive, and you can just really work it at Walmart with rebates. So that's one I do. I'd recommend a grocery store is Kroger, or if you have another grocery store in your area you prefer, Walmart or Target for superstore. And if you're a newbie, wait a few weeks, really watch some YouTube to learn the ropes, but do a drugstore, because drugstores are so beneficial in building up a personal care stockpile. Kroger's not going to give us very many deals on shampoo and deodorant, which they do from time to time, but it's nothing like what you see at CVS or Rite Aid or even Walgreens every week. Those are absolutely amazing for that. So yeah, but like I said, when I get lower on personal care, I will pick up Walgreens or Rite Aid again, or maybe, I don't know about CVS, but we'll think about that. But right now at this stage, I don't need to spend the tax on stuff I have a bunch of in my stockpile. And that brings us to topic number 2 here. Don't spend money on things you already have a bunch of. This includes tax. So many breakdowns ignore your sales tax. Okay, so here's how I view it. This Renuzit at Walmart right now. You know the Renuzit 5-pack little things, the air freshener. $9.97, $5 Peely, $5 Ibotta. Everyone's shouting it's free, which technically it's not, if we want to know the truth, because you have to pay a sales tax in your state. Everyone has sales tax, to my knowledge, except maybe there's some lucky person who doesn't. Here, it's 7.25%. It don't matter what that coupon takes off, I have to pay 7.25% on the $9.97, which is like 69 cents. Or 60-something cents. That really hits home. The Renuzit's not free, it's 60 cents. 60 cents. When you're expecting free and you're spending 60 cents, let's say you did the rebate, it has a limit of 5 on it, and you grab 5 of them, you just spent like $4 when you were expecting it to be free. But a lot of breakdowns and YouTubers and blogs don't talk about tax. And I understand why, because everyone's rates are different, but I always include tax and tell you all to include tax in your bonuses, in your breakdowns, and in your hauls, because it is so important to include your sales tax. When I give you a breakdown, because I told you the Renuzit was free, I do expect you to add your own taxing, because not everyone has as high a tax, or some people might have even higher tax than me. But I do, when I share my hauls, the amounts I give you of the cost is tax. So I hope that makes sense. Don't ignore tax. Don't ignore newspapers either. I don't factor that into my hauls. But depending on how many newspapers you're getting a week, you could really be spending a lot. I've seen some people on YouTube buy like 20 papers a week. Okay. I'll admit, there are times I wish I had more than 4 coupons for something. It sucks to only have 4 sometimes. However, I'm not going to spend... Around here, the cheapest I can really get them on Sunday is $1.25. So let's say I bought 20 papers a week. That would be... 4. So if it's $5 for 4, that'd be $25 a week. That'd be $100 a month on newspapers. And yeah, people, that's cheap. Most people, I mean, that's like a really cheap for papers, $1.25 each. The upper end here is $2. So that'd be even way worse. And a lot of you do buy them from fairies or resellers, but I don't think they're that much better than that either. Do not overbuy on inserts. Do not overbuy on inserts. That takes the purpose out of it. Because if someone right now gave me 20 coupons for some Colgate mouthwash, that wouldn't even work anymore. I did used to get like 20 inserts a week. I got them for free from someone who gave them to me. They were just going to throw them away, so they gave them to me. But still, I rarely ever use that many coupons. I usually use no more than 4. And back then, the limits weren't even really existent. Now there's limits on practically every coupon. So it's changed. No more, I'd say no more than 4 inserts. If you're a huge family, like let's say, here's the rule of thumb: buy 1 paper for each member of your family. So if you have 4 members of your family, just get 4 papers. For me, I get no more than 4, even though I supply for other people. The deals come around so much, you don't really need more than that. But on different brands. Number 3, brand flexibility. That's another thing you really need to not do anymore. I never really did, if you want to know the truth, but I see more and more YouTubers now paying more for certain brands. I know that kind of is, sometimes I'll pay a little bit more for a different brand, but that's something you're gonna have to work through. Let's say someone says Tide is $3 and you think Tide's just the best thing in the world. Compare it to All, which is free, like, all the time. Look on the back of the bottle. Read the ingredients, because they're probably not any different. So brand flexibility, that is something you've got to let go of. And when I first started couponing, I would pay more for Tide. I did pay more for Tide because these blogs were talking up Tide. I didn't really understand, oh, this is going to go on sale with a different brand next week. So let's say someone on YouTube posts Tide is $3 and this is such a great deal. If you're not brand flexible, then you can get All for free the next week. So there's really no reason, if you're not brand loyal to something, I understand there's some brand loyalties, but if you're not brand loyal, you need to make sure you don't do brand loyal deals. Because I think any extreme couponer can agree $3 is not a good price for detergent at all. So that's something to keep in mind. Number 4, really understanding the how it works. Understand what a moneymaker is. Understand that, understand what you're really paying for something in the end, which kind of goes along with the one we were talking about with tax, but making sure that you really are rolling your money at the drugstores and stuff, and making sure you don't double count moneymakers, and that's important because you can think you're getting a better deal and you really are. So that's something to consider. Don't let angry cashiers make you angry. Don't let them make you lash out. The main thing I realized, I got in a smackdown. Well, obviously not a real smackdown, but we got in a really heated argument at Walmart over a printable and overage and stuff, and I got really mad. There really is no point to do that. It's annoying. It's frustrating that they're treating you this way. But at the end of the day, it's not worth getting angry over. It really isn't. Ask yourself in an argument, do you really need this product right now? Because if you don't need the product, it's not worth sitting there arguing with them over. If it's just to make it free, or even a moneymaker, I know moneymakers are awesome, but if you don't necessarily need the product, it's just not worth fighting. It's not worth getting stressed over. So that is something I definitely recommend. If you get in an argument like that, just ask for a manager, and if the manager still won't listen to you, just leave. But don't get in a heated argument with them. It just is not worth it. There's not really too much else. I mean, I did make some mistakes when I first started. I went in, I'll never forget, my first ever couponing experience actually was before I really started couponing. Here I was 11. I saw the show on TLC. I was like, oh, we're going to try this out. And it was a disaster. Number 1, went to Kroger, had a bunch of coupons, and nothing was on sale. I was just all excited because I was using my coupons on regular priced items. They doubled back then, so that made it a little bit better. But I went in, I saved 50%, which was all right, but it wasn't on stuff we needed. I got Crave cereal, which we didn't even like. I got a 2-liter of Pepsi Next. That doesn't exist anymore, I don't believe. Some Pop-Tart Mini Crisps. Some Skinny Cow candies, which those were really good. I don't even think they make those anymore. Yeah, it was awful. I knocked over an entire display of ibuprofen in Kroger because I was so trying to figure out my coupons. I bumped a card into it or something. That was horrible. That was one of the first mistakes, though. I didn't pay attention to sales, and that goes along with it. You have to make sure you're using the coupons on the sales. Don't just use the coupon because you got it. I've seen people be like, well, I have this Tide coupon. I'm going to use it regardless because it's going to expire. throw the coupon away. Don't just use it because you have it. That defeats the entire purpose of this. Only use the coupons when the item's on sale. That's it. You should never use it any other time unless you need the product. But don't ever use a coupon unless the item's on sale. There's just no point to that. I'm trying to think what else. Don't overstockpile. That's important. You don't want to overstock. I probably did for a time, but I feel like I have a good way of getting rid of stuff. I get rid of items, so from time to time. Remember that every deal will come back, and you don't, that goes along with it. Every deal will come back. Every 6 to 8 weeks it goes back on sale. Sometimes even sooner than that, items come on sale. Like Arm & Hammer detergent, every 6 to 8 weeks. Back in February it was 99 cents. Now again, it's 99 cents right now. Unfortunately, we don't get the insert coupons in my area for that anymore, but they are printable. So anyways, every deal does come back, so you don't have to overstock. And in between then, we've had per sale for a quarter, and we've had, I got Ajax laundry detergent for $1, and deals come around on stuff all the time, as long as you're brand flexible. So yeah, that's pretty much the main things I wish I would have known when starting. I mean, I think we all messed up. There's been many times I wanted to quit couponing because I was just failing, but now I finally feel like I got it down, I understand it, and I know what I'm doing. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I hope this helps somebody out, and yeah, thank you so much for watching.